Instagram, what is going on? May 13th, I think, 2020. Just wanted to check in, say hello, see how everyone is doing. It's been, 4 or 5 days since I've been here, and I'm always hearing how I'm not on live. I'm not going live enough. So I'm here. I'm checking in. I am just finished the Power of Love show for the D.D. Jackson Foundation, and I want to say this. If you haven't seen the DDJF channel on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, do yourself a favor and check it out. Even, as you guys know, I lost my mother as a youngster, and even if you're not dealing directly with the loss of a loved one, I strongly recommend it because grief is something that we all have to face at one point in our lives, and our society doesn't do the best job, in my opinion, of preparing us for that grief. So we have to be proactive and do what we can to make sure we are prepared as best as possible, because it's a difficult thing to do. I just felt the need to say that to you because no one else really says that. So make sure you check out DDJF, the D.D. Jackson Foundation, so that you can, I guess, learn more about grief. Okay. I thought I should say that. And yes, I did shave. I shaved a couple of days ago. I don't know. Now, I'm going to pin this because I want to talk about this. I'm not good at shaving. I haven't figured out how to keep like a man beard or a man whatever. What do they call it? Something o'clock shadow. I don't know what time, but so I always overdo it. And I try to find the right way, and then I end up shaving too much. So, yeah, I have to shave, and then I have to wait for it to grow back. And then I have to wait, because I don't want to repeat the process. Because I'm starting to like when there is hair instead of just nothing. So I'm being completely honest with you. That's something that I am terrible at, is shaving. I'm here going to answer some questions, because I saw another question. Then I am going to go live with a couple of you. So let me find a couple of questions. Heidi, this is a simple one. How are you? Heidi, I'm doing well. I just finished the Power of Love show with my brother Taj, and we had a guest who was a author of Eddie's Brave Journey. So anyone out there who may also be dealing with a loss of a significant person and doesn't know quickly or doesn't know really how to talk about it with that youngster, that child, I recommend you check out that book because it's really well written, and it helps facilitate discussions, which is so important, because oftentimes when we go through things, we bottle things and we don't like to talk about it. So eddiesbravejourney.com, check that out. How am I? I'm great. I'm doing okay. I'm not amazing. I'm not perfect, but I feel good. I'm healthy. I'm happy. My family's healthy and happy, and there's nothing for me to complain about. There's many around the world who are dealing with a lot more difficult situations in all facets of life. So, in reality, I'm doing great. But I'm ready for us to get past this, and not necessarily so I can go out in the world and do my thing, because I actually like being home. It's just my heart breaks for everyone that is going through tough situations, and I'm hearing about this new illness that's affecting kids. That's messing with my mind, and I'm just hoping we could figure a way to solve this puzzle and get a cure or really limit its reach. But as far as me personally, I'm doing well. Just been busy. I have a cool announcement coming up, so if you haven't done so, make sure you are signed to my newsletter. And you can do that at www.tjjackson.com. Again, it's www.tjjackson.com. Sign up with your email address. You will get pretty much weekly. I'd say 3 times a month. I'm emailing you with my thoughts, as well as some cool things that are going on in my life, as well as what's going on in my career, and just things that are on my mind. That's one thing I want to share. And the other thing I want to share is to thank you guys for accepting and enjoying the What's on My Mind segment I did on Sunday. I am going to continue doing that, and I am going to turn that into a podcast That's the goal. And again, I think it's just a cool way to connect. As you guys know, I've started off my career with 3T in the 90s when we were, really, it was a different time. There was no internet. Well, there was internet, but it wasn't like it is now. There was no social media. And it was one of those things where the connecting wasn't as possible. And now that it is, I'm doing it and I'm enjoying it. And so I'm just trying to figure out different ways to make it enjoyable for you, but also me, so that I can keep doing it for the long term. All right, let me find a couple more questions on here if possible. I look like I'm 25 years. I guess it's genetics and maybe staying out of the sun, and probably because I'm shaved. But thank you. I take that as a compliment. I am having a good day so far. I'm getting things done. I went on a run finally with JoJo. Dee Dee took too long, so we left her. But Joe, we ran around the block, around the neighborhood. We ran about a total of 2.5 miles. And nice bonding, but also getting some workout in. We both needed it. And then I just did the Power of Love show with DDJF. Okay. Yes. Let's see. All right, I'm going to answer this because this is a question. What's my favorite Uncle Michael advice and favorite album? It's very hard to pick the album because I love all of his albums. I think it's bad though, but Thriller, it could be Thriller, it could be Heal the World. I'm sorry, not Heal the World, History. It could be Off the Wall and Dangerous. I could pick any of those. So it's really hard to pick which one's my favorite. As far as the best advice was to live life the right way and give back. Make a positive influence. Always believe in yourself. Give 100%. Ignore the haters. And work hard. That's and smile, and make people's lives better. That's probably the best advice I got from my Uncle Michael. What other questions do we have? What to do is put shaving cream. Yeah, so MSP Starks says all you have to do is put shaving cream and electric razor to your skin and see if you can get all the hair off your face. No, I know how to shave completely, but I'm trying to shave in a way where I leave some more, more peach fuzz. And this is like 3 days old because I'm just not good at it. See how I wanted more than this, but it's all good. It grows back, and like I said, I'm just here and chilling, so it's not a big deal. Issa Pichu wants to know what color are my eyes. I think they are just regular brown, right? Yeah, those are brown eyes, so they're brown. I think I would just say dark brown. Yes, I know. Team.tj.jackson says, TJ, you should be traveling to France this week, but Universe made it different. I know. And we actually, this Saturday, we were supposed to be performing, my brothers and I, in France, in Strasbourg. I hope I'm saying that right. And obviously it's postponed for the following year. But I do want to say this, is that I can't wait to get out. And I know it's going to be some time. It's probably going to be a good year before I think concerts are what they were. But I'm super excited to get out and to see all of you and perform for you. Not only, with 3T, hopefully more than just that date, but also on my own stuff. I have a lot of ideas I want to do and a lot of ways I want to share my own music. And I'm hoping it's going to be sooner than later, but I'm not going to rush it as well. And I'm not going to and I do this with everything. Even if concerts are back up and running, I'm probably going to wait a bit because it would break my heart to know if someone developed this disease at one of my shows and lost their lives. That would break my heart. So I'm going to do a little bit more precautious or more cautious than what guidelines are. I think sometimes guidelines are rushed for financial reasons. I'm not doing that. So I'm not going to really do any shows until it makes sense and we know this is behind us. Softy, have I finished watching Breaking Bad? No, I haven't. I'm in the second season. I actually watched the first 3 seasons a while back, but I'm rewatching it now in the hopes of trying to finish it. I was supposed to finish it during this quarantine. It looks like LA County has extended another 3 months, so I'll have more time to do so. But I have to say, this show is amazing. The first 2 seasons, I always remember the show being great, but rewatching it, I'm amazed at several things, from the writing to the acting to the casting. I think oftentimes in TV shows and movies, casting doesn't get the props they deserve, because the way that show is casted, I think every person is perfect for the role. So if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, if you're like me and you haven't finished it, do that, because it's a great show. It is, I think, at least PG-13. So if you're a little young, maybe wait on that. Let's see what other questions I can answer. Why is my favorite 3T song? Yes. I love that one too. But it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. My favorite is Still Anything. There's just, like I said, it's something about, forget just the song. I love the melody. It still, to me, holds up well in this 2020. But I also love the story and how it was done, and how we were just 3 teens trying to make our dreams come true. And it's a song that we did completely on our own. And in a way, we surprised people. We surprised the world. And that was cool, because I think when people felt that new Jacksons, the second generation of Jacksons, were going to come out onto the scene, they expected a lot more. They probably expected, they didn't expect the seriousness of my brothers and I, and how we wanted to make our own path and our own story, and our own sound. And Anything was that sound, and the way it was embraced, still, it makes me smile and makes me very happy and appreciative. Ali, Creative Official, wants to know, who's the first person you want to see again after this is all blown over? That answer is definitely Royal. I haven't seen Royal face to face in over 2 months now, and it's not fun. Royal's 20 years old now, but I miss him. He's still mine, and I would love to give my son a hug and just tell him I love him. But I've been FaceTiming him, giving him the space, letting him grow into a young man, trying to give him that independence, because it's a mistake that I think I made earlier, and I think a lot of parents make, is sometimes we coddle too much. And now I'm finding myself trying to do the opposite for him and give him his space and try to make sure he becomes his own young man. So that doesn't mean I don't miss him, and I'm excited to see him. So it's definitely Royal. And then after that, it's probably, I'm trying to get to Nashville, so to continue recording. So then it's David, so I can get in the studio and record. I got a lot of ideas, and plus David's cool, so hang out with David. But definitely Royal's number 1. What plans do I have in the Corona time? My plans were to read, to finish Breaking Bad, to continue to develop what TJ World is, with my live streams. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a podcast. I have some songs that are coming out. Just trying to make sure all that is done right. And that's it. I was also, I think many of you know, I've been working on a parenting book. So my plan was to get further along. I haven't even touched that, but that's another thing that I will slowly continue to build on. I want to take my time and make sure it's really solid and strong. That way when it's released, I could be incredibly proud of it and feel that it's not just for the current time, but it's for, for the future. So those are my plans. Okay, this is a fun one. So Shinuix wants to know, do I like to make cakes? I can't cook at all. I can't. So I like cakes, but I can't make cakes. I enjoy food. I enjoy snacks a bit too much, but I'm not good at cooking anything. So to answer that question, I don't like to make cakes, but I love to eat them. And if I made a cake, you wouldn't want it. Trust me. I promise you that. You wouldn't want it. You want to come in and say hi? No. That's Francis being shy, of course. You sure? Okay. She's very shy. She's in her.
Everyone I say hello.
She says hello though. She said, "Tell everyone I say hello." Okay, let me see. Any book suggestions? Yes. I'm a big reader, people. I love reading. It's the most precious gift I got from my Uncle Michael was that love for reading. Any youngster that's in my life, I push it on. I try to encourage them. That's one reason why I like doing my live streams here. It's because of the books. I like to promote books. I like to promote learning and reading. I think it's super important to continue to build your mind, to not just settle with learning through experiences, but also learning through other people's stories and what other people have learned. And yes, I know we have YouTube and we have TV, but something is magical about reading because it's at your pace and it gives you time to pause easily and reflect. It gives you a chance to underline and revisit. And it also helps your communication skills because I think sometimes through visuals we can lose certain words and we may not have, the person who's talking to us may not have used the proper word, the best word for that occasion. And I think reading and gives that person the opportunity to make sure their message is being said the right way. And that's why I think reading is the best form of learning. As far as books to suggest, I do the Beyond Words Facebook group. We are also on YouTube. I strongly recommend anyone who likes to learn or get inspiration to join that. Again, it's Beyond Words. And 2 weeks ago we did, maybe more, 3 weeks ago we did The Alchemist, classic book by the Brazilian author Paulo Coelho. Great book. My first time reading it, thought it was fantastic. And then right now we're reading The Last Lecture by Randy Pausch. We are reading it, so if you want a book to read, it's not a hard read. Join in on the reading. And Francis is texting me something. So if you're watching, Francis, text me the question in the Instagram and I will answer it. I love her. Okay, what was I saying? Okay, The Last Lecture, Randy Pausch. We are discussing, I don't want to say reviewing, we're discussing that book as well in Beyond Words. And that's another book that's inspirational. The story is about a professor who has terminal cancer. He has a young family and how he's decided to live the remaining days of his life. And he shares not only that, but also what he's learned in the course of his life. And it's a profound book that is, in my opinion, has to inspire you and kind of help you live life the right way. So those are two books that I would suggest right now for anyone. There's other books that could be specific to something you are wanting to learn, of course. But for everything, I think those are two great books. And just wants to know, why are your teeth that white? I don't know. I don't bleach them. I don't Come here, Jojo. Come say hi. I don't bleach them. I brush my teeth every morning and night. I use... say hi.
Hi.
This is Jojo. All right. I just wanted you to say hi. I love you.
Love you too.
I don't bleach them. I just brush my teeth morning and night, and I try to use... I don't know which toothbrush. It's like a Crest, I think, and it does say teeth whitening, so I'm not sure if that is, but I'm seeing it. I think it's also the illusion that it's whiter than it is, because it is looking quite white right now. What is up, South Carolina? I love Obsession. It's my favorite song. That's cool to hear. You're gonna do after... What's your first thing you're gonna do after quarantine? Okay, this is a cool question. Allie wants to know what's the first thing you're gonna do after quarantine. So I'm missing, like everyone else, doing a lot of things. I miss playing basketball. I miss going out to eat. But honestly, what I miss most, and I'm very obviously in studio, and yeah, those are things. But something that I miss more so badly, and I'm realizing, is simply going to the movie theaters. I've learned not only do I like to watch movies on the big screen, but there's something about the process that I love, with popcorn and candy and just relaxing and escaping. I think for me, going to the movies was the best way for me to unplug and escape. So that would be the number one thing I think, besides music, of course, that I miss, is going to the theater. So once that returns, that's probably something I will... And it'll probably be in animation movies. I love those. But I also like actions, and I love comedy. I just like going to the movies. Okay, let's do this. This is a good question. Do I like sushi? But before I answer this, Jojo left the door open, so let me close it and I'll be right back. Okay. Do I like sushi? No. And to be fair, I've never tried sushi. I've never been able to get through the idea of sushi. I should say it this way. I've never been able to get through the perception I have of what the texture feels like in my mouth of sushi. It's the same problem I think with seafood I have, is the texture, and I'm not crazy about the smell either. But both of those things, I don't think I will ever be able to do. You know, but you know what I'll do when there's a very important, when the time is right. Maybe I'll do some type of sushi dish for charity, and maybe for DDJF. I think that would be a cool way, because I am getting to a point in my life where I believe you gotta try everything once. So I'm getting there, but I never got there. Okay. Linnell wants to know what's your favorite drink, and I'm pretty certain you're talking about alcohol. I believe that's the term of drink, is alcohol. But I don't drink really any alcohol. I don't know. I never really was crazy about alcohol. So what's my favorite drink? That would probably just be either like V8 fruit punch or Coke. Pepsi, actually. I like Pepsi a bit more than Coke. Depends, though. Sometimes a good Coke is good. But as far as drink, if it's alcohol, that's not really something I do. No judging, though, because if you do it responsibly and enjoy that for a break for yourself, then do your thing. But for me, I've never been able to enjoy the taste, and for all the other things that can come with it, I've never really cared to try or to drink more. But I will have like a shot for a special occasion, and I'm actually pretty good at that. I can hold it down well, and I don't lose myself. I stay present, if that makes sense. I could drink. Oh, okay, this is a good one. Flash wants to know what was the best advice that Tito gave me. I've shared this, I think, before, but my father just, I love him, and I'm so honored to be his son, because as I get older, I realize the importance of being humble, of being simple, of being laid back, and of being calm. And those are all traits that I think my father scores off the chart with. And he was a great example of that for me, not only growing up, but still to this day. And I don't know if there's really, there's many great advices that he said to me, but that's one that I think he's shown to me, which has been more impactful. And that's probably it. Just to be humble, be kind, and chill, and that's something I always want to exemplify and be for my family, my community, and my friends, and all my loved ones. Also, to stay positive. That's another one. I think my father's great at that. There's a lot of people out there that can bring negative and bring negative energy to situations, and I'm not perfect at this, but I try to rise above it and just let it brush off my shoulders and keep it moving and stay chill and be and just live my life and do it in a positive way, the way I know how. So that's another piece that I think is important that my pops shows. All right. Hi, Jamaica Bound. Do I speak with BG? Yes, I do. What is my favorite sandwiches? That's a good question, and that's perfect for this. So, what is my favorite sandwiches? This is actually okay. So, if we're talking about like sandwiches I can make or sandwiches from home that are pretty simple, it's definitely a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That with a bag of chips and that V8 fruit punch is nice. But I used to like Subway a lot, but I'm now Jersey Mike's. I don't know if it's outside the U.S. I'm sure in some countries they're there, but Jersey Mike's is something that I can get with. A turkey sub with just oil and vinegar and some salt and pepper. I don't like cheese on it, but that right there with the bread scooped out is fantastic. So there you go. I gave you both the personal one and one I'd go and get. I like this question. So here's another. Do I like Spiderman? I do like Spiderman. I do. I think I've said this before. I wasn't crazy about superhero movies. And it was mainly because I didn't follow along. Now that I've been kind of pushed to see all the Marvel movies by my cousin BG, I've learned to really appreciate Marvel and superhero movies. And Spider-Man's awesome. I think my favorite is still Iron Man. I love Black Panther. I love Captain America. I love all those storylines, and it makes me really respect and appreciate the genius of Stan Lee. And I'm happy I got to experience this because my whole family's always loved superheroes, and I've respected it. I love creators, so I've always liked that, but I've never really got into it until recently in the last 3 or 4 years, and I'm almost on that level. Not there yet, but I do. I love superheroes, and I love what they stand for, and I love how they always usually have some type of kryptonite or some type of weakness. Oh, this is cool. And I love this. I'm going to highlight this. Not a question, but Adita says, I hope I'm saying your name right, but you said, I didn't read books for years. Like, your group inspired me to read and watch more movies too. And that's so cool because when Omar and I started Beyond Words, that was kind of the purpose. was to encourage people, especially during this time. If this pandemic never happened, it wouldn't have started. But we were talking about books. I had gotten Omar a Kindle, and he had asked me what 10 books he should get. So I gave him a list, and I was thinking, you know what? I need to reread a lot of these books. So we just started reading them, and we decided to do this club where we can invite others to join us. And, in between the weeks, because sometimes it takes a while to read a book, we all are busy. But in between the weeks, we like to review movies, because that's another thing we do. So we'll discuss movies, and we try to pick movies that have some type of impact and something that you can learn from in life. And again, I'm proud of what Beyond Words has been becoming. And for those of you who don't know, again, go to www.tjjackson.com, sign up for my newsletter, and I'll be sending links. I always do every week, 3 times a month, so almost every week, with links to all these things I'm talking about, from Beyond Words to my live streams on the weekend. And then, again, there's something special coming, kind of special, this weekend, really Friday. So make sure you sign up by then if you want to know what it is. All right, I am going to check out soon. This is a great question. But you know what? This one, you guys have some great questions. You know what? Let me go live. I like these questions, but I want to, I'll just do a Q&A this weekend. How about that? Because these are cool. But let me go live with someone. So if someone wants to go live, let's see. I am searching for that button that I'm supposed to. I'm going through these comments. And for everyone asking, I'm doing well. So thank you so much for that. I hope you all are doing well as well. Yes, Beyond Words. Okay, what is my favorite book? Can we see Rio? Rio is outside running around, so not today. I'm sorry. Maybe I could go on Family Rules Live soon, and if so, then we'll do something with Rio, because that boy is something. I swear, what's cool is, and again, for those of you that don't know, Family Rules is another channel I have on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We're gonna start doing that more, but Family Rules is more my family, personal stuff, as well as encouraging for anyone out there, whether you are a parent or sister or child. It's just encouraging strong family values. That's all the whole platform is, but we have to figure a way to even make it more engaging. So that's something we're going to discuss. I've been wanting to wait some time, because Frances, of course, lost her brother, but we were supposed to do a Q&A, but we're going to start rolling stuff out, especially on our YouTube channel. So again, sign up to my newsletter and you'll see when all that is developing. I'll tell you this. This is a cool story, and this is something that we should say. So, JDEHGHANI wants to know, what is JoJo reading? It was funny, and this is so cool, because the other day we were outside, and Frances was laying out reading a book on her Kindle, and she was, I don't even know the name of the book, so I'm sorry, but she was loving the book, and she said, TJ, you got to read this book. It's really good. And I said, really? I said, what is it about? And she started explaining the book. And JoJo was right there. And she goes, wait, I'm reading that book. And that grabbed my attention, of course. So I said, JoJo, you're reading the same book? She goes, yeah, it's the same story. So I asked Jo if she was reading it at school. And she said, no, I'm just reading it. And I guess I put it on her Kindle, as I try to put a lot of books that have some type of impact on my kids' Kindles, and she took it upon herself to reading. So that was a cool story for me. But as far as what is the book, I guess that's something we'll have to share. If you can remember to go on our Family Rules Live, ask Frances. She will tell you the name of the book, because I don't remember, and I don't want to butcher the name or the author. And yes, Sienna, I do fall asleep in the movies. Sorry. I shouldn't be saying sorry to you, but that is true. Any recommendations to do during quarantine because I'm so bored? I think it's a good time to, like I said, read, watch movies, catch up on those TV shows you wanted to catch up on, but also to take advantage of family time. Oftentimes, imagine before the quarantine where you wish you had more downtime to pursue this hobby or to hang out with their child or hang out with a sibling. I think this is the ideal time to do it, and I think it's an opportunity to do so. But family time, read, watch movies, learn, and pursue a hobby. Pursue a side thing that you've always wanted to do but never had the time to do. This is a perfect time to do it, so go for it. All right. That's a good question, too. Do I like cheese? That smells worse. I love pizza, so I do love cheese. But I know what you're saying. Some cheese I'm not down with. She said drank. Yeah, she did. Do I read them books? That's a good question. I don't. Yeah, I do. I was about to say I don't read as much as I wish I could, like in that typical way, where we're all gathered and reading a book and showing pictures. I do that every now and then. I love those, Little Miss, the Miss Independent book, and I'm so bad with names, but Mr. Handy and Mr. This and Miss That. There's a name for all those books, but there's a huge collection that I think most of you guys know about from our youth. I think it's still somewhat popular, maybe not as popular as when we were young, but those books are great. And I read a couple to Rio the other day, and those are awesome. So that I should do more often. I just find myself oftentimes working late and past their bedtime. But I've been reading a Spanish book with the girls. Yvonne, it's Yvonne the Gorilla, I believe, is the English name. But that's another good book. And I think it's coming out with the movie. So I wanted to read it with the girls, because they take school in Spanish. They do Spanish in school. And I obviously, like I've said many times, I want to learn. I have to learn the Spanish language. So that's what I've been reading. We try to read a good 3 to 4 times a day. They always laugh at me and my accent because they have like little perfect Spanish accents because they go to school and learned it from a young age. And I sound like I don't think this is a bad word, but I sound like a gringo trying to speak. But I'm going to get better at that and improve it. So, yeah, I got to get better at that, but I will. All right. Yes, Fran?
Are you finished?
I'm not finished. Everyone can hear you, so you can say hi.
Really?
Hey, real quick, what's the book that you were reading that Joe was reading too?
Yellow Crocus, I think?
Yellow Crocus. You don't know who it's written by?
I don't. I'm about to go read it right now by the pool.
Okay, yeah, so I'm coming out though, hon.
Okay, the piece is written.
Thank you. Okay, so Kiana. First of all, hi, Kiana. Sending you love. I love how you are asking this question. I hope you are doing well. I miss you. What were the 2 books you were talking about to read? The Last Lecture is a great one, and The Alchemist. Those are 2 good ones. But I have more for you, Kiana. So just text me, and I'd love to catch up with you. And if you're really interested in reading more, I'll try to encourage you to read what books I think are best for you at this moment. Okay, but it's so good to hear from you. Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's try to go live with one person, and then I'll get out. Because I have pizza, I have my family, and I don't want to lose this opportunity to spend time with them. So I just don't know how to find people. So let's do this again. I'm sorry, I always do this. But if you can I'm scrolling through these comments, but if you could just reach out to me if you want to go live. Actually, I found it, so let me find. Okay, let me do a couple because there's a couple people I said I'd go live with, and the first one is someone I've never talked to in person. Um,
What's up, TJ?
Zach, how are you, my man?
Dog. Oh my God. It's such an honor to be in front of you, man.
Hey, hey, first of all, for those who don't recognize Zach, Zach is a guitar player from Texas, and he did a cool version of Obsession that you should go check out. Zach, did you make a comment so I could try to pin your?
I can. Let me
Yeah,
see.
make a comment so I could pin it because I think people should check out your playing. And I want to ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, my man.
Oh, you got your guitar with you right there.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
bro.
it. What kind of guitar is it, Zach?
Man, let me get my camera angled. It's a Martin. I have a Martin.
Cool. So you're a Martin guy.
Yeah. However, I'm a Taylor guy too.
Are you?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Yeah, I like Taylors, and when I go to Europe, Gibson's always been nice to me. So I
That's
play some
amazing, man.
Gibsons too. Yeah. But did you make a comment, Zach, so I could try to pin? Do you know how to?
Man, someone was trying to beat
No.
in. You there?
Yeah. I was just gonna try to pin your profile so people can. What is it? You could just say it though. Also, is it Zach Gonzalez Music?
Yeah.
Cool. So Zach Zach Gonzalez Music. Check him out. He did a cool version of Obsession, and he does some cool. You've done some cool Jackson stuff too, man.
Bro, oh my God, man. So, dude, I've been following your family for years, man. I'm 29. I kind of relate to you in a little bit, man, because I come from a big family. I've been in the music industry since I was 20. I've been playing. I don't know. Do you ever listen to any country music?
Yeah.
Have you heard of a guy named Tracy Byrd? Does that name sound familiar?
It sounds familiar, Zach, but I couldn't tell you any of his songs.
I got you. It's okay, man. So he kind of mentored me in the industry, and I've been playing. Like I said, I've been playing guitar since I was 10. But dude, your dad's been one of my biggest influences for years, man. Oh my God. So of course, your Uncle Michael. I mean, I can't even imagine, just being around him. And I know you have to deal with a lot of things, dealing with all the stuff that's gone through in the past, but I don't, I understand, man, and I feel for you.
Yeah, man. Well, I thank you for sharing that, and it always makes me feel good when I hear someone like you with a guitar talk about my father. Gary Clark Jr. is an excellent current blues player, and I read in an article how he used to play a red guitar because he saw my father when he was in the Jackson 5 with the red guitar, and that inspired him. And to this day, Gary Clark Jr. is one of the most respected blues players on the scene right now. And whenever someone has a guitar and says my pops inspired them in any way, it makes my heart feel good.
Yeah.
And I thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, and also, man, so another life-changing experience I've had just in music, just like when I did a little video for you, man. So I'm a huge Brian McKnight fan.
Yeah.
And he flew me overseas, man. Like he actually flew me to Jakarta, Indonesia, and I played with him last July. It was amazing.
How did that happen? Was it a contest or did you just?
No, I mean, I just sent him a video, just like I sent you a little video, man. And he kept looking at my stuff, and he was like, "Oh my God, dude!" So we got in contact with each other, and it was like insane, man.
That is so cool, man. So this is the deal. So I know you're in Texas. You're near Houston, right?
Yeah, I'm near Houston. Yeah, man.
So absolutely. When I perform in Houston, because Texas is a spot I will be performing.
Yeah.
I've always had a lot of great Texas fans and support, and it's like a second home to me. So when I do my show in Houston, you got to come up or at least do a song or two with me.
Dude, hey, bro, if you ever need a guitar player, man, please DM me. I would love to jam with you for real, man. Like it would be an honor and a dream come true for me. Seriously.
Zach, you're the man. Be ready for it, Zach, because it's gonna once we get past this thing, it's gonna be coming. And I don't know if I've shared this, but I am gonna be doing a run of acoustic dates.
Okay.
So you may very well be the man for me, at least in Texas. So
Yeah,
be
that'd be
ready.
awesome, man. Yeah, dude.
All right.
Absolutely, man.
Well, Zach, thank you so much, man, and again, thank you for the love you've
Yeah,
given
bro.
me and my whole
Thank you.
family.
Thank y'all, man.
And take
Absolutely.
care of yourself. Keep smiling, man, and keep doing your thing. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
All right, Zach.
All right. Later, bro.
Later, man. Yes, and yes, Brian McKnight. Awesome. I should have asked him his favorite Brian McKnight song, but mine is Anytime, in case anyone wanted to know. Fantastic, fantastic song. All right. Let's see. What is going on, man?
TJ, how you doing?
I'm great.
How you
What
doing,
is
my
your
bro?
name?
My name is Kieran Wright.
Kieran.
No, Kieran
Kieran.
Wright.
Kieran. Okay.
You don't
Where?
remember me, do you?
I don't.
You don't remember?
No, but tell me why I should. I don't have the best memory, but
My
it will
family
come.
know your family very, very well.
Your family knows my family.
Very, very well. I used to know you since I was a child.
So how old are you? Are you older than me? Younger than me?
I'm 20. Well, I'm 28 now.
Okay.
But you know, your family used to come to London and visit one of my uncles and my dad.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so we've got family connections, you know?
and I'm not doubting it. I just have the worst
Yeah.
memory, and for everyone who follows me knows I'm actually concerned I may have Alzheimer's. No, I mean, I shouldn't say that. I don't want to put light on that, but I don't. But my family, it runs in my mom's side, and I wonder if my memory of not being able to remember simple things, like I should remember
That's all
this.
right, man. That's all
You
right.
know,
How are you anyway? How's family? How's family?
I'm good, man. I'm great. You know, I can't complain. We're all safe. We're all healthy.
Good. Excellent.
You know,
Excellent.
and we're all living. You know, how are you and how's your family?
Yeah, my mum and dad are really good, thanks. They're just you know, we're all just quarantining. It's hard. It's very difficult, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But, you know,
Hopefully, are things you're in England, right?
I'm in London, yeah. I'm in London here, yeah.
Are
Yeah.
things getting better there?
London's good. It's all right. It's locked down still, but they what do you call it? They've made certain kind of what do you call it? They've made certain kind of restrictions, so you can still go out, but only for essential work. You know, for
Okay.
essential travel. You know.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping we're turning the corner globally, you know,
Of
and
course.
I'm
Of course.
hoping, you know, I know here in the States things are starting to loosen up. I just hope we all stay responsible. We wear masks, wear gloves, and again, not for us because you're young. You know,
Yeah.
you'll probably be just fine, but for your loved ones and for the
Of
community,
course.
you know. So you
100%,
got to
man.
do your thing.
100%.
But
I
I
mean,
have
the
to
thing.
say,
So I have to.
I love your energy, man.
Thank you, brother. And please do follow me. But I've been trying to message you for a while now. I know that what you call it. You probably get so many requests, but I've been trying to message you for a long time.
Okay,
You know,
well now that I got a face, I'm gonna find you. Okay,
Kieran underscore I. Yeah,
I got you, bro. I
yeah.
got
But
you.
how's Janet and everybody? Everyone's good.
They're fine. I mean, I haven't
Good.
spoken to them directly, but my family. Sadly, it's one of those things where in this situation, I think we'd find out internally first.
Of
But
course.
usually with my family, if something dire happens, we find out through the news. You know, we
Yeah,
find
yeah, for
out
sure.
and then we
For sure.
quickly go and verify it, or you know. But in this situation, we'd find out internally, and I haven't heard anything. You know, and it's one of those things where you know I think we'd know for sure if someone was not doing well. But everyone seems to be doing okay.
That's good. Well, we'll
Yeah,
do something. I'm sure Jermaine, Uncle Jermaine, if you say hello,
yeah.
just say Kieran said hello from
Okay,
London
cool.
Green Eyes. He'll
Yeah.
remember. You know.
I can see the green eyes from here. So cool,
Yeah.
man. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Well, please keep
Um,
in touch. When you come to London, let's meet up whenever you're around here. It'd be great to meet you. You know.
cool, man.
Yeah.
For sure. For
And
sure. Okay.
I come to LA. I'm planning to come to LA in when am I coming? I'm probably coming in August, obviously when they
Yeah.
open up the borders and
Well, I
stuff.
think I think our stay at home orders got extended 3 more months.
Oh, really? Okay,
So
right.
so just be careful because there's a chance that they may cancel that. So or
Oh, really?
postpone
Okay.
it. So just keep an eye out.
What are you doing with your career? How's your career going?
It's going, man. I got a new song that's gonna be coming out next week on
Excellent.
Friday.
Fantastic.
Just doing my thing, you know,
That's good.
just doing what I feel as an artist, and trying to share it with those that want it to be shared with, you know,
Yeah.
and just trying to represent myself and my family, and you know, just anybody the right way.
Do you feel sometimes it's harder, or do you think the industry is difficult for people now? I mean, obviously, you know, because of Michael and everyone, they've all had their, you
Yeah,
know, it was harder then, but at the same time, you know, everyone's now got social media. You
yeah.
know, you know?
I that's a great question, man. I think this is the best time to ever pursue a career in music.
Sure.
I honestly do, and I think it's because there's so many avenues for you to make an impact. You could do it
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube, you could do it on TikTok, you could do it on Instagram, you could do it at your, well, not now, but you could do it at your local city.
Of
There's
course.
so many ways for you to reach out without needing the help of a big company. You know, I
Of
think in the
course.
70s, of course, in the 80s, and even the
Mm.
90s, we were so at the mercy of big labels
Of course.
to promote, or even to decide what we were going to be. We had
Mm.
to kind of take direction from these labels who were spending the money, you know, because if they're going to spend the hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars to promote you, they want a say of what they're promoting. And
Exactly.
that's one thing I love about this time, is that you get to do it your way, and you get to grow the way you're supposed to grow. And you get to find the audience that's going to like you for what you're doing versus what the labels think you should be doing or what you should be.
Yeah.
And I think that's huge, because I think there's a lot of artists that were around in the 90s and early 2000s that may be struggling because they were promoted
Course.
one way.
It
You know,
must have been
Mariah
harder
Carey
though. It must
felt
have been
that
harder
way.
for Jermaine and the Jackson Five, but it must have been really difficult for them.
Yeah, you
But they
know,
pushed through the diversity, you know?
you know, there's a lot of that, and that's one thing this is one of the huge blessings of having my uncle and being a Jackson, is that my uncle pushed us from the beginning to
It's a
do our
brilliant
own
name, by
thing.
the way. It's a fantastic name to have, you know?
Yeah, but
It's a
he
brilliant
pushed us to
name.
do our own sound and write our own music so that we could be us. And
Of
I think
course.
that's why 3T, you know, even with one album in whatever it was in the 7 years, it took us so long to come back out. I think that's why we made an impact for those that we did, because we were ourselves, and we're a little different
Of
because we
course.
were able to do our thing, you know.
Of course.
And
Of
I think
course.
today, you know, people who are doing their music get that opportunity. So
Of course. Are you planning to come to London anytime soon, obviously after lockdown, or?
it's absolutely London, France.
It's a fun city, isn't it? It's
It's
fun round
great.
here, you know?
I miss it all the time, and it's funny because even though I miss it, when I'm there, I really miss it. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
good,
It's like
good.
it
Excellent.
always exceeds how much I missed it. You know?
Good,
And
good.
what I'm craving so much, that I'm so like envious that you guys have, are those Cadbury mini eggs.
All right, yeah.
Because
Leicester
we
Square,
have
Leicester
some
Square.
here,
Yeah,
but they're not
yeah,
the same as yours. You guys have them in a yellow package.
yeah.
And I had a dear friend of mine send me like a box of them, and I went through those in less than 2 hours. You know, me and
Jesus.
Rio. So I love those, and that's what I envy of you Brits. You know, and I don't know if it's everywhere in the Europe. You know, with
Of
those
course.
style, but it's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, please keep in and do follow me back. It'd be great to keep in touch with you when you do come, because I'm going to plan to come to LA soon. So
Cool,
it's
man.
like I was there recently as well, but it was so boring because I didn't know anybody. I
Yeah,
was
man.
just walking around in Beverly Hills and whatever, and I was like, yeah, you know.
Yeah,
But
man. Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna run because I'm gonna
You
join my family. So I'm
definitely,
gonna
my
say
bro.
bye to you, man, and good seeing you.
Definitely.
I love your energy. Keep doing
Thank you,
your
my
thing,
brother.
and I'll be
Appreciate it.
reaching out soon. All right.
Please do, my bro. You take
All
care
right,
now.
bro.
Take
Take
care,
care.
brother. Take care. Bye. Bye.
Love it. So there you go. I'm going to wrap this up. Two solid lives. Sending you all much love. Remember, people, wear your mask, wear your gloves, be respectful to your elders. Continue the quest of learning. Chase your dream. Chase your hobby. This is a golden time, not just for musicians, but for anything you want to do. Go for it and be you. I truly feel that happiness is the most underrated thing. We all should be seeking that above everything. So make sure you're happy, make sure you're healthy, And as Rio said, explore the world. All right. I love you all. Adios and goodbye.